It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control. Spot the opportunity. Then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Welcome to Stage 3 of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, the Stena Match Cup Sweden. Dubbed the Monaco leg of the series, this event is renowned for putting on a real show for the 125,000 visitors that flock here, and this year didn't disappoint. The sailors held up their side of the bargain too, wowing the crowds with some of the best match racing we've seen so far on the 2013 series. This really is an event to be proud of.
Welcome to the Stena Match Cup Sweden. This place is absolutely booming this week. We're expecting huge crowds, some 100,000 plus spectators out on the cliffs rooting for the Swedish and also other teams, but especially the Swedish hometown favorites. And the nighttime here is fantastic. The restaurants are booming, and I can say that there is not a hotel room in the vicinity of Marstrand. It's just a beautiful place where it's a natural amphitheatre where the wind funnels in towards the end of the arena, and that funnel creates a really difficult setup, and it's an extremely hard place to master. Actually, only one skipper has won it on the first try, and that was the first year in 1994 when Peter Gilmore won it. This is a venue that has hosted numerous World Championships, European Championships, and since 19 years back, it's the home of the Stena Match Cup Sweden.
Hosted in Marstrand, the Stena Match Cup equips its competitors with a fleet of agile DS-37s. These boats can turn on a sixpence and will need to if their crew want a cut of the $140,000 prize purse. Prize money aside, the Stena Match Cup itself has only been lifted by two of the current tour card holders, Ian Williams and Bjorn Hansen. So why is this such a tough event to win?
Sweden's an awfully tough event. The boats are pretty unique. They're really tough to handle, so the Swedes generally have a little step ahead in them, I guess.
It is a tough event to win, definitely, especially for the Swedes. I think that we feel a little bit more pressure than the rest of the guys, maybe.
Definitely Bjorn Hansen has seemed to have a bit of an edge here in Sweden, and DS-37s, I think he sailed this event every time it's happened or so.
I think it's actually only been 3 Swedish winners here in, 19 years or something like that. So we're looking forward to making it 4 this year.
Marstrand it's a difficult place to sail. I think the conditions can change quite easily, and I think it's hard to get a grip on the conditions. So it's difficult to get comfortable. From day to day, it always changes.
It's an extremely tough event. The boats are pretty difficult to sail in general, I've found in the past. The tillers go 90 degrees, they turn on the spot like a dinghy, but yet they're still 37 feet long and heavy like a keel boat. So yeah, there's definitely a knack to sailing the boats.
Here in Marstrand, there are very strong currents that are quite hard to get your head around. They're not obvious, they're not charted. And so I think experience at the event does count for quite a lot.
This event is really tough because all of the top teams enjoy it and come here, and the competition is really high.
It's a very hard event to win, and it's one probably everyone is targeting.
Not only is this a tough event to win, it's also an important one to win. It's the third of 6 events on the World Series, and the teams at the bottom of the leaderboard are running out of chances to climb to the top. One such skipper is Pierre-Antoine Morvan, and he knows he needs to do well here to have a shot at the world title.
This event is very important for us because there is only 6 events, includes the final, and it is the third one, and we did bad result on the 2 first events, so it's our last chance to do a good result at the overall tour.
The first day of qualifying saw a mixed performance from the top seeds, but at such an early stage in the competition there was plenty of time to rectify a poor result. Morvan's bid for a strong regatta didn't start too well as he finished the first day on just 1 win and 3 losses. We join him for the second qualifying session where he faced Keith Swinton.
Morvan with an aggressive drive. The main sheet catches his head and he's on the floor, so chaos on board the French boat as Keith Swinton jives across the back, tacks back round and circles back for more. Morvan back on his feet, but there's the penalty. Penalty on Antoine Morvan.
Ça vire, ça va.
Morvan is slightly in irons there as Swinton definitely dominating the exchange so far as sweeps back up onto the wind.
Vitesse, vitesse. Et ça vire. Ça vire.
And there another penalty on Pierre-Antoine Morvan. There's a second blue flag. So Swinton has totally taken him to the cleaners here in these breezy conditions. As the start gun sounds, we're going to see Morvan having to come through the line and then take that immediate penalty, that second penalty having to be taken straight away. Down goes Morvan through his turn. Swinton powering away up the course. That's Morvan's turn, an aggressive jibe that again catches his crew falling apart really board with Morvan as they sheet on, but now winding in the jib, trimming the boat up onto the wind. Disaster strikes. The halyard there, the jib halyard I think must have snapped. Now look on. Swinton comes powering down the run. Comfortable lead. Some great sailing. Hoisting the jib, sailing through to take the win.
By the end of the second day of qualifying, all the teams knew what they had to do to stay in the competition. Morvan was on the ropes, needing to win all of his remaining races. Meanwhile, Phil Robertson was looking strong, as was wildcard Simone Ferrarese. The third and final qualifying session was do or die for many of the teams. The next match was a must-win for both Taylor Camfield and Keith Swinton if they wanted a guaranteed spot in the quarterfinals.
That's below 90! Way below 90! That's below 90! Below 90! What is that? He had it up into us! Way below 90. Right, attack? Attack again? He swung into us! He swung into us! Are you kidding me?
He went so far below 90.
I think we did a really good job there. They didn't keep clear of us, and we tried to keep clear at the end, and obviously we had some contact, but the penalty was on them, and but we managed to be in the controlling position after that. So that was a really good race for us, and we're very happy with that win.
Taylor Canfield went on to lose his last race against Adam Minoprio, meaning he was out of the running for the Stena Match Cup Sweden title.
Yeah, didn't end as well as we hoped. Lost our last race to Adam Minoprio, and just a really tough regatta for us. We struggled a little bit with the getting acquainted with the boats and the venue in the beginning, and then once we started to get things figured out, we started to get a series of bad umpire calls. So we're not entirely out of it at this point. So Chicago, our home event, and then Bermuda, which we sailed well at last year, and then into Monsoon Cup. So I think 3 big events that we're really comfortable in, and hopefully we can just perform in all 3 and bring home the title.
Another tour card holder leaving the competition early was Pierre-Antoine Morvan. His exit here may well impact on his world title hopes. Topping the leaderboard was Italian Simone Ferrarese. He'd have the first opponent pick for the quarter-finals, but no opponent was going to be easy to beat.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Welcome back to the Stena Match Cup Sweden, the 3rd event on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. We've said goodbye to 2 tour card holders in the early rounds, but now the quarterfinals want to claim their victims. To do well at this event, familiarity of the racecourse and experience sailing the DS37 boats is vital. This bodes well for Swedish skipper Johnny Berntsen and his Stena sailing team, who took some time out to share some of their knowledge with us.
Sailing here in Marstrand there is some really important things to be aware of, and the boats is really important. Of course, we have been practicing with them. It's boats that we have in the home yacht club, so we're quite familiar with them, and we have been sailing a lot here in Marstrand and quite familiar with the conditions. So I hope this can be an advantage for us. Here we are at the DS37. For me, it's really important to have a good rudder to steer the boats, and these rudders are actually really big, so we can maneuver the boat really fast and do quick turns, and that's a key thing to have in match racing. If you guys follow me and join me on the boats and see how they are.
I'm doing tactics, but I also do the main sheet, and I have a couple of controls. I have the main sheet, obviously, but also the backstay. On many boats you have a traveller as well, but not on this match racer, because you want to keep things as simple as possible.
And as a trimmer on board this boat, you control the sails in front of the mast, which is the jib and the spinnaker. You have a spinnaker sheet and a tweaker to control the spinnaker, and you have a jib sheet to control the jib.
On these DS37s, my main role is to help the trimmer with all the Genoa tailing on the upwind, and on the downwind it's a spinnaker on these boats, so it's controlling the spinnaker pole and also one side of the spinnaker.
My name is Bjorn and I'm the bowman in Stena sailing team. In the pre-starts I'm responsible for the time and also the timing and the distance to the line, also the opponent. So I'm Johnny's eyes here in the bow, you can say. This DS37 has a really big rudder and can make really quick turns and so on. So that can make it pretty stressful for us in the crew, because it's a lot of maneuvers and a lot of conflicts and so on with other boats, and that makes it pretty interesting for us sometimes.
With both Swedish teams through to the quarterfinals, there may be something to be said for sailing on your home turf. Although not from Marstrand itself, Bjorn Hansen certainly knows these waters well. Not an ideal opponent to be forced to race.
We're racing Bjorn Hansen in the quarterfinals. Neither of us had a choice of who we got to race.
We had 2 days of practice in Denmark before coming here to Marstrand.
Bjorn is the defending champion, so we're going to have a really, really tough day racing against Bjorn.
We have some unfinished business from Germany when Adam knocked us out in the quarterfinals, beating us with half a meter or something like that in the 4th race. So we weren't too happy about that, so we're looking forward to beating Marstrand instead.
After some pre-start errors in the first 2 matches, Hansen was on the ropes and needed a win to stay in the game. We join the team for their 3rd must-win match.
I can't, we're attacking. Big roll. Easy in, big ease, easy in, easy in, easy in.
Högra märket där nere. Ja. Han är klart för en gips där gubbar. Vi matchar här när han går på gipsen. Ja, jag håller med. Håller med.
Kommer ta dem på linan till Omar. Ja. I båten alltså.
Okej, faller vi här gubbar? Faller.
Hansen went on to secure another victory in the 4th race, levelling the scores at 2-all. The decisive race was a close one, and Hansen took the win, sending Adam Minoprio packing ahead of the semi-finals.
Yeah, so we just lost to Bjorn Hansen here at Stena Match Cup Sweden, 3-2. It was a rather close race with Bjorny. He sailed really well, and I think in the end he won more starts than I did, and from that he ended up winning 3-2. We just need to make sure we have a good debrief and make sure we learn some lessons here that we can take on to the next event.
The second quarter-final saw current world champion Ian Williams select Keith Swinton as his opponent.
Obviously we're racing Ian Williams in the quarterfinals here at Stena Match Cup Sweden. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
I'm sure Keith will be a tough competitor. He finished 8th in the round robin, so it seemed like the obvious choice, and I think if we sail to our potential, we should be able to beat him.
I think he started the regatta really well, but the last couple of days he's struggled a little bit.
7.4 is not a bad qualifying. It's certainly not our best, but really the goal is just to be in the quarterfinals and have a suitable warm-up, and we've had lots of close matches, which will hopefully stand us in good stead for the final rounds.
4-time world champion, a very strong competitor, so we're going to have to really sail at a high level to have a chance of defeating him.
First blood went to Williams, leaving it up to Swinton to try and level the scores in their next match. We join them in the pre-start.
Oi!
Swinton.
Jib off, jib off, jib off, jib off. Hit starboard here. We're on starboard. We're on starboard. Go, mate.
Williams falling down onto port. He's going to have to be careful to keep clear. Keith Swinton setting his sails.
And
he
flag.
is the right-of-way boat.
We're down what we can to keep clear.
And there the blue flag. Ian Williams receiving a penalty
And
down on this
going away,
left-hand
going
end
away.
of the line.
And hoist, hoist, hoist. Hoist! Jib down.
The chute sets on board Keith Swinton's boat.
Yeah, yeah. Keeping speed here. It's probably going to be a full jibe.
Swinton able to get ahead,
Ease,
around
mate.
the committee
Over
boat.
trimmed on main. Oh, ease, mate. Ease, mate. Ease, mate. Ease, mate. Come on, Olaf. You've got to trim the sail correctly, mate. Trim up.
As the gun sounds, Swinton sailing off the favoured end of the line. And the penalty up. Great start. The young Australian.
Over, big roll.
Is he on lay line? No, he's under, isn't he?
He's crossing at the moment, I think.
Okay.
Got a big header.
Dial.
Okay, yeah, going down.
Hey, come on! He's almost pointing back on the line!
And coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Stand by attack.
Sit down, guys, ready? 2, 1, sit down.
Up, wait up, boys.
Penalty on this.
Jib on, jib on, jib on, jib on, jib on.
And there, the yellow flag. So I think the umpire's deciding there. Keith Swinton came below.
Come up, come up.
90-degree course to the wind. That's as low as you're allowed to hunt.
2, 1, flag him anyway.
Keith Swinton receiving a penalty. So those penalties offsetting.
Yeah.
Even penalties, guys. Fast round here.
No outstanding penalties. It's still
2,
Keith Swinton
1, hoist.
leading around the top mark.
Go hoist.
Swinton really firing on all cylinders here as he comes down towards the finish. Great sailing.
Okay, keep it dry. Well done, guys.
Swinton followed his victory with 2 straight wins. Quite a feat when racing against the most consistent competitor on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour.
We've had a good start to the year, but it just didn't happen for us today. Keith always seemed to be able to get a bit more speed out of his boat than we could get out of ours, and we've got to look at ourselves and look at what we could have done better and try and learn from this. The World Tour, we'll have to see how this event goes. From our perspective, if Adam loses his quarter-final, then I guess it's kind of neutral in terms of the teams that have been up there, but it'll mean that the teams that therefore do well, they'll be back in it. So I guess it's all on again.
With the world champion out before the semi-finals, the regatta was opening up. Phil Robertson selected homegrown Johnny Bernson for his quarter-final, an opponent with a formidable fan base in Marstrand.
We feel that we have good support from the cliffs, and I think that helps a lot.
It's a little bit off-putting, especially when you lose a race and about 10,000 people start yelling and screaming and blowing their horns. And then when you win a race, it's dead silent. So yeah, it's going to be hard. He's definitely got local support behind him. His title sponsor's the sponsor of this event as well. And we didn't think about that one either. So no, that didn't come into it at all. But yeah, he's going to be hard to beat here on his home ground.
I think they considered a lot before they chose us, but it's going to be interesting to see if that was the right choice or not.
The first battle didn't disappoint, providing plenty of action for the spectators on the shore.
Came off the line, not in the most ideal situation. It sort of did a big right swing before the start, so we wanted a windward start, and then it went a little bit light and left, and he got the leeward start, which was a much better option. Weight down, 3, 2, 1, and up. And right back down now. Yeah, all good on this chain, eh? We got the right, which was nice, and then we managed to go back at a good time straight off the line, I think, and picked up a really, really good lefty, which brought us right back into the game, and managed to take the lead after that. So winding up. He tacks here, we laugh, okay? He's not. So just some really good work linking up the left and the right pass by the team. Downwind is awfully hard to defend in this light stuff, and probably made one little mistake by just not driving away when we still had clear air coming down. Holding sort of high here, tweaker. Okay, soaking when you got it, Jim. Main on a bit more. Soaking when you got it. Coming up now, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Holding here. Should be faster here. Soaking when you got it, Jim. Wait up. Yeah. And then he rolled us and we decided to attack at the bottom, which is in hindsight the right move. We copped a penalty. You can't hit me there. Holding, holding, holding. Oh, come on guys, he can't get to me here. He still can't get to me. You can't get to me, he can't get to me there. Jiving, and then managed to roll around him, and the crew did a great job just of a high pressure drop situation there in the last 3 boat lengths to the bottom, and managed to extend enough for the next beat to do our turn on the line. Spinning now. So good to win the first one, and we'll be coming out this one firing and trying to win the start, I think.
The pair took it to 5 flights, with Robertson taking the decisive match. It was game over for Bernsen.
I think the racing against Phil Robertson now in the quarters has been really exciting. Unfortunately, we didn't go all the way, and they did a really good job winning against us with 3-2, and all credit to them and good luck for the semis.
The last quarter-final pairing was between Staffan Lindberg and Simone Ferraresi. Having top qualifying, all eyes were on Ferraresi to advance to the semis, but the racing went back and forth. It was down to a 5th race, and Ferraresi took the win. Could wildcard Ferraresi have the edge over the tour card holders?
I think I'm improving all the time, I hope. So hopefully we'll continue to improve. Yeah, I mean, I saw the interview of Adam telling that we have an advantage, a psychological advantage of coming like as a wild card, not as a tour card holder. But last year at the end he was a tour card, he was a wild card, and we were a tour card holder, and we managed to beat him. And so it's the same at the end. Of course, you have maybe less pressure because you are not battling for the title and to stay alive, but anyway the pressure is on because the level is high, and it's the same.
The quarter-final stage saw some of the top seeds fall as the current top 4 on the tour leaderboard were left to reschedule their flights home. Advancing through were Bjorn Hansen, Heath Swinton, Phil Robertson and Simone Ferraresi. It was going to be a great semi-final.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Welcome back to the Stena Match Cup Sweden, the 3rd event on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. When the Alpari World Match Racing Tour is in town, there's also plenty of fun to be had off the water too. Dinners, parties and celebrations are held all week to entertain visitors and competitors alike. There may be a thriving social scene to enjoy, but the dawning of a new day means it's business time for the match racing teams. Semi-finals day and the pressure is on for the teams, although they seem surprisingly calm ahead of what was going to be an epic day's racing.
We're sailing Phil Robertson today in the semi-finals here, so we're feeling really good. I think one thing we've been really happy with is we've just improved throughout the regatta from the first day to where we are today.
Keithy's going to be tough. We've sailed him a lot. He's from Perth, so generally sailing in windy weather as well. He's been brought up in that, so it's going to be close.
We always have really good races with those guys. We've been racing them for a long time. So no, it's going to be really fun, and we've got great conditions, so we're very excited.
Yeah, our crew work's really, really good, so yeah, it's going to be a battle. His team's really good as well, so it's going to be head on head right here.
It's going to be tough out there, that's for sure, but we try to take it easy and not stress up too much about this.
You know, we can be very fast in these conditions, so looking forward for that, and we'll of course enjoy ourselves against Bjorn. It's always a lot of fun.
Simone's style is typical Italian with a lot of temper, and it's never an ideal pairing in this sport, unfortunately. And see if we can manage to beat the Italians, who has been on fire so far.
We know we can sail really well, and if we are on top of our level, we can beat everybody, so looking forward.
When he's on fire, he can go all the way, and if he has a bad start in a regatta, I think that it's hard for him to step up. That means, with a good start in this regatta, that it's going to be very hard to beat.
Before the teams hit the water, the wind filled in, and the conditions made for some nail-biting finishes and hairy manoeuvres out on the racecourse. The first match between Bjorn Hansen and Simone Ferrarese saw the Swede take the first win, but that just added fuel to the fire in an explosive semi-final.
Simone Ferrarese up against Bjorn Hansen.
Oh, you don't need to drive, eh? You don't need to drive. You don't, oi! Okay! No room to drive, where?
And now Bjorn Hansen has some great position to lure the Ferrarese. As we come back towards the line, the wind has really built. Ferrarese there, right of shot.
Okay, come on.
There's the start. Both boats are underway. Ferrarese already working height, trying to close down that gauge up to Hansen. These blustery conditions. Both boats heavily overpowered and having to feather. There's the tack. Bjorn Hansen just crossing across the bow of Ferrarese, who tacks to follow him in. Hansen with his set taking, I think, a small mistake from Hansen, struggling to get his spinnaker up. Here goes Ferrarese, no pole on the mast yet. Hoisting without the pole.
Så visar vi lite till gubbarna vi kan. Visa!
I think they had a mistake, and Ferrarese struggling. The jib has fallen down on top of the sheet for Ferrarese. Just rushing there, that a careless mistake from the Italian.
Don't come there! Don't come
with his
there!
drop.
Don't come there!
Ferrarese having to use the wave to surf down and in. Now, did Bjorn Hansen have room? Ferrarese doesn't think so.
Bravo, Muski!
Some great downwind sailing, and now we have a big split. This is far from over. People in the castle down there on the island of Marstrand admiring this exhibition of sailing. And it's their local hero, Bjorn Hansen from Sweden, out in front. Ferrarese working hard, trying to ride the waves down to the breeze of Hansen to try and find a way back into this match.
Okej, börja veva nu gula. Jag går på jippen här. Ja! Den var jävligt skönt!
The racing went to a fifth decisive match. Hansen scooped the win, but Ferrarese still went out in style as he headed for the finish line.
Spara drizza, spara drizza! Para derecha. Take the spinnaker down. Take the spinnaker down. Take the spinnaker down.
Next up was Keith Swinton and Phil Robertson. We take up the action in their first race.
Wait up, big hikes, hike it down, make up for the hike it down.
Okay, so we press a little, yeah. Just pressing and touch. He'll have a shock if he came at us here.
Hike.
Pressing, Jim, make sure I'm outside it. Press, give it a bump, hey?
We've got a piece if we tack.
Okay.
Do you want to go?
2,
yeah, tagging.
1, tacking here.
Go! Hey, coming back, coming back! Bye, boys, and tacking back.
Go on, he's attacking boat! Hey, he's tacking!
Hey!
Coming back with him,
And flag.
Hey,
Go. Starboard the whole time! We're starboard the whole
Who's
time!
attacking boat there?
He's main. Stand by, guys.
Holding.
Stand by.
Guys, he went through here to win the second time.
He's main.
Gonna be deep out of it. 2, 1, yeah, go hoist. Sheet, Jim, sheet. Yeah, nice work. Okay, holding here.
Elms down.
Good hoist, boys.
Tacking over.
Yeah, long
way
way
up.
Okay, let's use this puff we're in now. Coming up 1, Jim, just a little low, eh?
2, 1, hoist.
Okay, keep us in this puff now, G. Nice work, gents, good job. Stay focused.
Ted, the race is over, mate.
All
right.
Stand by for pole. Okay, let's go pole.
Robertson went on to win the next race, leaving Swinton in a must-win situation.
Yeah, no, the last race against Robertson in the semi-finals, yeah, obviously he was 2-0 up, so we needed to try and win one and then take it from there. And we didn't start too well. We actually got a penalty in the pre-start, but then he pushed us a bit hard at the start, and obviously the umpires decided to give him a penalty. So it was all even, and then we were ahead. And we sailed quite well all the way around the course until the last top mark. And unfortunately, when we were putting the spinning pole up to go just before we turned around the top mark, the spinning pole came up and a bit of the spinnaker just came out of the hatch. And before we knew it, the whole spinnaker was out of the boat and off away from us, and it collected the mark, the top mark. We had to cut one of the sheets, so we stopped dragging the top mark. And unfortunately, obviously we cut a sheet, so we had to try and rerun that, and the spinnaker got in a big knot, and Phil basically just set his spinnaker and sailed straight past us.
We're stoked and yeah, just looking forward to the final tomorrow. We sort of call it the bonus round, so we're happy to be there, and we're going to throw everything at it. It's going to be really, really hard to take down Bjorn. He's got 5 Swedes on board and about 50,000 on the shore. So we're not taking down 5, we're taking down 50,000, so that's going to be the hardest part.
So in the finals with a 3-2 scoreline was Bjorn Hansen, and joining him with a clean sweep of 3 wins was Phil Robertson. Join us after the break for the final showdown.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Finals day at Stena Match Cup Sweden, and the crowds were out in force for a hotly anticipated final. Swedish eWorks sailing team versus New Zealand's GEFCO Racing.
enough time.
The shoreline was packed with spectators and the race village was bustling as the finals got underway. It was a good start for Robertson as he scooped 2 wins in a first to 3 points final. Hansen had an answer though and managed to level the scores in the next 2 matches. So it was down to one last match to decide the winner of the Stena Match Cup Sweden.
And holding here, okay? Yeah, agree. Coming up a touch. Coming up. Ready for press, 2-1, press. And soaking. How long to pin?
20 seconds to pin.
Winding up.
20 seconds left.
Stop, bro. Stop. Just laugh, we laugh as well, okay? Yeah, coming up and jump down here, jump down. Hey, I'm down the whole time! Hey! Coming down, wait up! And easing, ease. Hold the main, I'm just losing it. Coming down. Yeah, coming up a touch now. Yeah, coming up a little, coming up a touch. Winding up a touch, Jim. Coming up. Come on! Coming down now. Hold him, mate. Yeah, coming down now. Easing here. Easing. Hold on. Are you kidding? Coming up. Yeah, coming up. 3, 2, 1. Go hoist. Hoist. Tight. Copy. Coming up. Okay, easy now. Foot speed now, G. Speed now. Coming down. Still got soaked. Okay, taking a touch now. Sorry, left turn, eh? 2, 1, go drop. Right turn. Yeah, right turn. Diving here. Go main, go hard. Go. Okay, big hike. Really slow here. Okay, where's my lefty? This is us now, eh? Just. What do you reckon, G? Big head to wind here. Yeah. Copy. Copy.
He's splitting on the other tech.
Yeah.
Attacking boat there, boys. Yeah, good luck today. Do we want jump now?
No.
He's attacking boat there, boys.
I reckon we'll spit him here if we go, eh? Ready? Yeah, let's go. Weight down. 3, 2, 1, and up. Come on, G. And ease, weight down, everyone down. How's that? Focus trim, yeah. Hold. Ease that, it's light, man. Ease. Okay. Press, weight up. Yeah. Ready to roll? No ease, Jim. Come on, we're high, slow on them outside. Still got a penalty, so we've got to attack them hard. 2, 1, winding up. Attacking here, big hoist, okay boys? Coming out a little bit hotter. 2, 1, go hoist. My main. Hoist, 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 hoist. Go, boys. Forward, Jim. 2, 1, press. Oh, really? Coming down. Holding here, Jimmy, coming up 1. It's light, coming up 1. Coming up 1, he's struggling there. Moving here. Rolling now. Yeah. Bad drive, sorry, my bad. Need to come out a bit hotter, eh, Jim? Okay, ready to go back? 3. It's still long this way though, so holding. Yeah, it is. Holding. 3, 2, 1, and jibing now. Okay, ready to go back? 2, 1, jibing here.
It's a fantastic feeling. I mean, we were down 2-0 and managed to come back. It's that's just a fantastic feeling, and to do that in front of this crowd is unbelievable. I mean, it's like sitting in a Wembley arena, and I don't know what to say.
After an eventful regatta, the results of the Stena Match Cup Sweden are proof that consistency is a hard thing to maintain. World champion Ian Williams finds himself in 5th place, and 2009 world champion Adam Minoprio in 6th. The fall of the top seeds here has helped the lower place tour card holders to close the gap. With just 10 points between 1st and 10th place, the next event in Chicago could really open things up.
Modern match racing meets maritime history, GEFCO Match Cup. A $100,000 sailing competition and the only U.S. stop on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour joins Tall Ship Chicago at Navy Pier. August 6th to the 11th. Tickets available at NavyPier.com.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.